Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay, I want to call the meeting to order. It is 5:07.
Oh,
Roll call. Lynn Pinkerton,
Andrea Wood here.
Don Hayes.
Sam,
I'm here. Thank you, Sam Grant.
and I think I saw Jerry.
Yes. That's who I was waving to. I saw, well, it's gone now. Here's the budget thing.
Oh, that's my screen.
Okay, so I think the only one that wasn't on was Steve. So far, he may come in later.
Where the heck are you? Oh, there you are.
Okay. Additions or deletions? Does anybody have any?
Not I.
Well, I have just an addition. I just want to let Dawn and Sam know that you're up for reinstatement in May. So,
Yeah.
the question is, do you want to stay on? And if
Sure.
so,
This has just been the first.
Wait. You notified them that in that place, but there's nothing in an emergency, in the nature of an emergency that should be added to our agenda at this time.
all right.
So to keep strictly within the open meeting law, we shouldn't discuss that. Okay?
All right. I just
No, I'll put it down for our next meeting.
all right. As mail, I did go in and I got the report today for the expense control report. And as before, you guys gave me permission, so I signed it and put it in the accounting office.
At last week's meeting, we took a vote to accept it, so either way, it's just fine.
Yep. Next is 1.5 minutes. Has everybody had a chance to read both minutes?
Yes.
Okay, somebody wants to make a motion?
Do you want it for both sets of minutes?
Yes, you just have to say the dates.
Right. Yeah. Sorry, it's kind of like I just want to get my dates right. I got March 4th there, so the other one would be for February 25th.
'24.
So I make a motion that we accept the minutes from the February 24th and March 4th meetings for the Finance Committee.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Andrea, aye.
Lynn, aye.
Sam, aye. Again.
Dawn, aye.
Okay. We must have lost Jerry. Okay. Number 2 is the business meeting, review small budgets. So, Dawn, if you could put up the you.
Do we want to just have the FY19 and FY 21 year to date and FY22 showing?
Six, you have to know how to do it.
Like this? Does
Okay.
that make sense to do them with these 3 columns?
Click on it. Right there, zoom.
Okay.
Move around. Just move it around, it'll go up. Using two
Okay.
You have to use one finger.
Yeah.
Go down here. And click. Click. How you do?
I can't hear anything.
Nothing's happened yet.
Okay. Jerry, can you hear us?
Make it round 6 square. And make it...
Where'd it go?
Just behind it.
Right there.
Jerry? Okay, well, while she's
Okay.
trying to get in.
Yeah. Which of the first, which of the small budgets do you want to look at first? I'll just get to that section.
Okay, well, we're going to go straight down.
Okay.
Keep going.
Oh.
Because we have to stop at 6:30 tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, FinCom. Keep going down.
Okay.
The assessors. And so anybody have questions on the assessors?
Here in 51. Right here.
So what kind of equipment did they have? Does anybody know?
I don't. I was looking at that line thinking that we need to.
Jim, do you know?
I'm pulling that up on the screen because I'm on my phone and I can't see that tiny little budget.
Nope. Okay. Sorry.
No, that's not your fault.
Ah.
I should have signed in through my laptop, but I didn't.
Ah, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so
Sorry.
assessors, the question is, what type of equipment?
Yeah.
Yes, repair and maintenance equipment.
I'll have to pull back into their individual submittal. So let me make a note on that one. And I'll dig it out while you're looking at other things.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. Oh, I never thought of that.
Sorry, I just I was trying to get to board of assessors.
Are you looking at the line that is 10,270?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, that's professional services.
Oh, because they have it under repair and maintenance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me see if that's just been popped in the wrong line.
Because I was wondering what kind of equipment they have.
Right. Yeah. And I was thinking if it was computers and things, but it just seems
Yeah,
like
no,
it's
it's definitely not.
Yeah.
Which is why I was stumped and had to go looking. So that is showing in repair. Yeah, it should be in professional services, which looks like that line got blown away somehow. So I'll highlight that and get that squared away by Saturday.
All right. Yeah, because the next line down is professional services. Is that the same thing?
No, that's a mapping one. So yeah, I'll get with Vicky and get that squared away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be their Patriot
this
software.
like the Patriot Consulting.
Yeah. But I'll get that in the right spot.
Okay.
Okay.
So, and that makes sense that it probably comes this year. It's showing under repair and maintenance. So this, it's almost like these lines would pop down
Okay, I got you.
in there. Yeah. Yeah, because Patriot is there. Okay.
So,
And they have been putting it against all. It looks like the budget has been posting against the repair and maintenance.
Right.
so then,
Sorry.
yeah, because that one has 0.
Yeah.
So I wonder how much they really do have for maintenance.
Little to nothing, I will assure you.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the Board of Assessors. There we go. Any other questions on that?
everything else is level.
Yeah. So if there's no questions, we can have a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept the assessor's budget based on the fact that it will be properly aligned. POA repairs and maintenance equipment will be corrected to tell the world what it is.
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
John, I.
Carolyn, I.
Sam, I. Sam, I am.
Lynn, I.
Colin, I, Lenape.
And we're missing Andrea. Did we lose Andrea?
I don't know. It doesn't go down that far. I only get as far as
You didn't lose me.
Gary's head.
I got to the wrong screen. I for the vote.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Any word on the union, Jim?
Negative.
Okay. So we got any questions on the treasurer?
There seems to be a, well, wait a minute. Treasurer, office staff, oh, okay. Well, I don't know, there's on the, well, it does say Collins Center, so I don't know. I mean, it goes from 50 something to 80 something.
Oh, this is how much we've expended so far this year. Column P is
Sorry,
what
I'm
was approved
meeting.
last year. So the fact that we're at this point, got about another third of the year to go. So there's roughly another 15. So that's going to get up near 65 or 70 fully by
Okay.
the time.
Oh, I see it. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yep, that's okay. It's kind of, I can hide the expended if we don't want to see it. It's kind of like,
Yeah.
that's,
Hide that one,
No.
please.
okay. So,
Yeah. Okay. So,
Well, that makes more sense.
yeah.
Well, there's
Now,
really not much change there, is there?
No.
Not really.
They have working in there.
A treasurer, an assistant treasurer, a treasurer collector, an assistant treasurer collector, and payroll clerk. So there are 3 employees in the treasurer collector's office.
Okay.
Are they all full-time? No.
They are, yes. That is
They
the largest staffed office we've got going.
Okay.
Right. Well, everything else looks pretty good.
Well, nothing really much changed, so I don't, you know.
Yeah. So, do we go with a motion?
I'll make a motion that we pass the treasurer collector's budget.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye, Geraldine, aye.
Lynn, I.
Sam, I.
Andrea, Henry, aye.
Don, aye.
Next one, Dawn.
We're gonna look at legal or
Jim,
Yes.
the legal that we have there, is that the one for the town?
You looking at the 63,000 that is highlighted in yellow?
Yes,
Yep, that is the proposed town legal budget going up from 55 to 63. And that is driven by the request of our current counsel, who for all general legal matters is on a retainer, a monthly retainer. For the last 3 years, it's been $3,300 a month. And based on the amount of time that they have been used during the month, they have taken a beating over the past year at least, and they're looking to have the monthly retainer increased to $39.50 going forward. So if you take the $39.50 at 12 months, that leaves you, I've got it written on another sheet, I think it leaves you around 15 grand for all other legal, which is on billable hours, and that's labor and litigation.
All right.
When is that contract up?
Quite honestly, Geraldine, I don't recall that they actually even did a contract as much as their bid was accepted.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So it could be that it was contracted, but I'd have to actually look. But it is the 3-year period is coming up in this fiscal year.
It is the third year.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
was just doing the math.
I think over the last few years, we've used them quite a bit. And
Yep.
seems like we have.
Hmm.
I know that planning board uses them quite a bit. And
Just gonna unhide what we've taken. So yeah, we're at 40,000, almost 41,000 so far.
So it would be 47,400 on the retainer, and 15,600 would be left on hand for the all other labor and litigation.
Okay. Any more questions on legal?
I don't know, does that include a trip to Cancun?
No, Senator Cruz doesn't work for us.
He doesn't work for anybody.
Okay, make a motion.
I'll make a motion that we pass the oh my God, legal portion of the budget.
Second.
Wrong, no, excuse me.
Sam.
Yes, Sam, yes.
Or
Okay,
do you-
all in favor?
Henry,
Really?
yes.
Geraldine, yes.
Lynn, yes.
John, yes.
Sam.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you. On to the next one.
Okay.
This is my sleeping desk.
Okay. Now, what is the difference between management info and MIS?
It's the same thing.
Oh,
Management Information Systems.
Management Information Systems. I got an associate's degree in it 100 years ago.
when COBOL was in. Yeah.
Yeah, I really took Kobo and
You're dating yourself.
You bet. It's kind of like okay, so
So how come it has nothing for 22?
which one on the salaries?
Yeah.
Isn't this because we're outsourced now?
yeah, that's first part's been closed down. According to what I read in front of me.
So we're just talking about the bottom half then, right?
Right.
There's nothing on
Yeah.
the top, so.
No. And the public access TV coordinator position is closed also? I guess.
What is that doing in MIS? Jim, has that been put somewhere else?
Sorry, Sam?
Public access TV coordinator.
Yep, that's all out of the budget now, all the PEG stuff. So you'll see the public access director, public access coordinator, and then down in the expenses, you'll see MIS other replacement equipment PEG. All of that stuff you'll notice is zeroed out. And
Yeah.
that's because the private nonprofit TCAM has been formed. And at the last town meeting, we transferred all of the cable receipts that we had received off to them. So they are flying free.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Thought I put that in there. All right.
And
Oh,
is the 72.7 that's put in there just a holder? I noticed it's yellow, so
Yeah, it's yellow. I did get some additional information. So when the bid was done, it was bid on a per device or per network interface.
okay.
So a monthly fee for monitoring and spam filtering, archiving, anti-malware, device protection, anti-malware, enterprise protection. When you take all of the access points or devices, for just the devices, it's $3,558 a month. For 365 licensing, spam filtering, and archiving, it's $864 a month. Anti-malware device protections, $282 a month. Anti-malware enterprise protections, $220 a month, for a total of $4,724 per month, which is $56,688 for the year. That leaves us a balance of $16,000 for use of their ticket service. We've got a bid on them with a 135 hourly rate, so that gives us about 120 hours to be able to use them on crisis matters. And the communications line is the town hall telephones, town hall internet. I think there's a piece in that number that also does the I think that does the rec center as well.
And the other buildings are all separate?
Yes, they are. Yeah, they'll all have their own communications line.
so will that 72 change?
The one thing, the 56,688, which is the per piece that I read, that's not going to change. That's what we've got locked right now, 4 pieces, and we're not going to add anything new without taking something else offline. So that's a good number. What is the wild card is whether 120 hours is sufficient for support. You know, that gives us, 2 hours a week. not a lot.
Yeah.
So we've gotten a lot of the bugs worked out. The amount of calls that we've had to make to them over the last couple months has decreased significantly from what it was over the first 8 months when they were just getting in and untangling things. So I've got that still with a yellow shade on it because I got to really get a better sense of whether or not I think 120 hours is sufficient or if that needs to be jacked up a little bit.
Because that's for all departments, correct?
That is correct. But again, we're nearly everything is new now. New network, new, all the infrastructure with the library is new. All of the network here in Town Hall is new, at the highway, at the cemetery and parks. Cemetery and parks. So all of the stuff that we would normally be, band-aiding together and having to have support on isn't going to be the case moving forward, at least for a couple of years.
Yeah. Right, any more questions on MIS?
No, but I kind of like what Don just did
Yeah.
because it makes it a whole lot clearer. Jim wouldn't have to spend the last 20 minutes trying to tell us what it meant.
Yeah, but he only did it because Jim told him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
but if Jim had done that in the beginning, we would understand. You've got the contract out and then you've got the possible use in the future.
Hmm.
Hourly support charge.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't, the 119 doesn't belong there. It was to close it in. Okay.
Hmm. Any other questions on MIS?
No?
All right, I need a motion.
Okay, I'll make a motion. We accept the MIS budget as it stands. Looks good. Thank you very much.
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye, Sam?
Gerald and I.
Andrea, aye.
Don, aye.
Lynn, aye. Or yes? Okay, moving on to the next one.
Town clerk, we've already done. I don't think.
We've already done that budget.
Yep.
And elections was also.
Yeah, that's all done.
done.
Oh, back up. There we go.
What, were these
Conservation.
also included in the town clerk's,
Yes.
sorry, I just gotta try to make it bigger without blowing up the screen. Sorry.
I don't have those funny numbers in there. That's too bad.
Okay. So there's the street list. So Conservation Commission is next. Okay. Yeah, there we go. They're in the screen. Okay.
Well, we've got that Collins Center over to the side, so I don't know about that. So. Conservation. It says clothing allowance. No, is that right? Clothing allowance? What do they get for clothing? What do they get for the, what is it they require for clothing?
Hell, I'll lose the Conservation Commission.
Can you hear me, Lynn?
Yes, now I can.
All right.
Jim?
I was muted, sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
What I was saying, Jerry Lynn, is that that's a union contract benefit, $600 for the conservation agent, and they submit receipts, and it has to be for things that are appropriate for the job that they're doing. So it can be jeans or Dickies or,
Right.
a windbreaker, not a tiara or,
Oh,
you
no. Oh,
yeah, I know. I had somebody in another town submit for a silk camisole, which was really fun.
wow. There we go.
This one says non-union though.
Yeah.
Actually, good catch. The position became part of the union.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
The reason I wanted to speak to this budget is that I have spent a little bit of time with Select Board Chair Cal going over what she referenced wanting to look at this past Saturday, which is shaving some of the hours off of the agent and shaving some of the hours off of the conservation support admin position in order to be able to fund a grant writer position in the land use office, which will be coming up next or a couple more down the line here. So what you're going to see in this next version is those two positions dropped to 15 hours each. The agent from 20 to 15, and the admin dropped from 19 to 15. And then those dollars being cut there get repurposed down a little bit further in the land use office, which I'll speak to when we get there.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yep.
If you're going to change the hours, don't you have to go through the union since you said it was a union position?
Nope. Under the management rights clause in the contract, I was really careful, Andrea, to make certain that I negotiated in the fact that setting of hours, setting of schedules is a core non-delegable management right. So we're good there.
Okay. Would this new position come under the union?
It's actually being refunded. Last year it wasn't funded, but prior to that there was an incumbent, and it was part of the clerical administrative union.
And the person would qualify for health care.
They do not. Well, to be clear, there are two positions. So the first one we're talking about is the agent, and at 20 hours, which is what it was, they did qualify for health insurance. Right now, Veronica's suggestion is we pare that back to 15 hours, which would make it ineligible for health insurance. The conservation support position, the second one, was always 19 hours in prior years, is being pared down to 15. So it never would have qualified for health insurance and still doesn't. You have to.
And so the grant writer wouldn't either.
I'm sorry?
How many hours did you say the grant writer was going to get?
Yep, right now I've got it. Let me just cheat and go forward here. 15 hours. So it also would not be eligible for health insurance.
With last year, there was a change in one of the unions and gave certain more holiday. I know it affected the accountant. I remember on her budget she had to put in more for her assistant, which was only 10 hours. But the union recognized certain, the clerk union, certain fractional employees. Would that have an impact here?
No more so than it did the year before the one we're in, because it was funded in the past. So we're just going to be refunding. It's a weird word. We're going to be funding again the position that was once funded before.
Are there any sort of rules that are going to be set up about these grants, about review in general of them?
That'll be a discussion that will be starting to take place at the select board meeting next Tuesday, based on the agenda that I was just working on before your meeting started. How that person's time gets prioritized, who gets first dibs, what grants take precedence over others. Yeah, there's a good deal of policy work to do there to make that fair and operable.
Right. What I'm more interested in is not necessarily but public input, because often when you look at the detail, like they'll give you, say, all the building materials for free, but then you have to hire a company to put that together. So you have a huge cost of maybe $30,000, and the grant that you won was only 25. Often grants can cost you more than you get ultimately, and I would, if somebody were to review them conscientiously and have questions regarding that, I think they should have some input.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And I think that'd be a good part of the discussion when the board is putting this position together. Because right now it doesn't exist. The grant writer position, and that's in a, it's in the land use budget coming up a little bit further down the line here, but it doesn't exist. So it still has to be created through a job description. And that's a public process where that type of input, I think, would be very important to be had.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Any more questions? Right, then I need a motion.
I'll make a motion to pass the Conservation Commission budget.
I'll second it.
Sorry, I know we're in voting right now, but I guess I had the question. It sounds like the numbers on the labor lines are likely to change and go lower. And
they are. Right now, I have plugged in 17,956 in the conservation agent. That's step 3 at 15 hours. And the next line, which is conservation support, I have at 15,694, which is step 1 at 15 hours. There's then a $600 clothing allowance. The total for personnel is $34,249. And that's not real yet, because that's nothing more than conversations that Veronica and I have had. And I'm just trying to keep all of the things that may happen in front of me so I can see the bottom line impact.
Right. So where it is in flux, I guess, and I threw that discussion in after the motion had been made, so I apologize. But where it's that different, I don't know if do we want to accept it pending changes, or
Madam Chair, I expect we're going to talk about it on Saturday based on my conversation with Veronica. So maybe it does make sense to hold on that one until after we have a full conversation between both bodies.
Excuse me.
Should I withdraw my motion?
Excuse me. Saturday's meeting, I, for some reason, had it down on my calendar that we were meeting on Saturday, and I did not post us for Saturday, so we can't make a decision on Saturday.
Did I post for all of us? I may have. Let me check quickly. I may have been brazen enough to put both boards on the headline. Let me just check.
Thank you.
It's giving me an error message when I'm trying to open up the agenda here. So hold on. Oh, there we go. Oh, maybe. See if I can see it quickly enough. Negative, I have just selectmen. I was not presumptuous enough.
It doesn't sound like you.
I love you, Sam.
Well, I mean, still on Saturday, we'll be there. We can't take a vote, but when we have our meeting on Thursday, we can take our vote then.
Right.
Yes.
So we're gonna put this Conservation Commission on hold at this time. Until
We should take the motion off the floor and make a new motion to table.
Okay, I'll take the motion off the floor and a new motion to table.
Sam?
I second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Andrea, aye.
Carolyn, I.
Sam, I.
Don, I.
Lynn, aye. All right. On to the next one. What do those do? What's MRPC?
Montechusett Regional Planning Commission.
Okay.
Those are our dues to belong to the Planning Commission.
Well, it hasn't changed much, so.
I know, but what is, it says dues and membership, so can you just refresh what
Sure.
MRPC does?
Yep, they are the Regional Planning Commission, so they are the ones that administer things like TIP, the Transportation Improvement Program, which is the main planning document that dictates when major state roadways in communities get construction attention. So if we had, a big project on 13 that needed to be done, we'd have to go through the TIP process. So we have a couple things on the TIP pending in out years. That's one of the things they do. They also have district local technical assistance grants that they give to their members. So they get some money out of the state. We can apply, and we've used them in the past to do things on certain bylaws that we've worked on. There's some discussion right now about using them for some mapping for the master plan. So things like that. They are our regional planning agency that is a resource for us. So everybody pitches in a little bit of dues to fund their organization.
Okay,
Sounds good to me.
yep. Okay, everybody
Well,
have,
I'll make a motion to pass the MRPC budget.
I'll second that. Sounds reasonable to me.
all
Sounds
in
very
favor?
good, in fact.
Yeah. All in favor?
Carolyn, yes.
Andrea Wood, yes.
Sam, I.
Don Hayes, yes.
Lynn Pinkerton, yes. All
You can
right.
keep saying it that way, Sam. I'm not taking the bait.
I'm not throwing it out there. Believe me,
All right, next thing is the
it's one of my
planning.
favorite books.
Mine too. Madam Chair, there was a question on planning board at the last meeting. Professional services, $1,500, having been $100 back in 19.
Right.
We did speak about that this Saturday a little bit, but just for those that might not have been with us, that's the advertising account. And as of this year, the $444.44 has been expended on 2 advertisements for planning board projects.
For planning book, you said?
Planning board.
Oh,
Well, I don't think we have much control over the Collins Center, so everything else.
but it says non-union. So,
It's,
Another good one. That union is now established, so that goes to you.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
so that's no longer
um,
union.
that is a union position, correct?
It is a union position.
It is. I'm gonna have to go through and make sure I grab all of those now that the admin union's in place.
Okay. So, 24 to 33. So why did it go up so much?
Which one are you looking at?
Well, I was looking at the bottom. It goes from 23 to 24 to 33.
Yep, the biggest chunk of that is the wage of support staff. This is one of the ones that the study determined was being underpaid the most. So there's a projected jump here from 22,635 to 31,508.
I can say that this particular person does a tremendous amount of work and is very competent about what she's doing.
Oh, absolutely. This is, we would have a hard time filling the position for what we pay the current incumbent.
Absolutely.
Very good.
I'll make a motion to pass the planning board budget.
I don't know what happened to that. Okay, is there a second?
I second the motion.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Andrew Wood, aye.
Carolyn, yes.
Sam, aye.
Don Hayes, aye.
Lynn Pickerton, yes. Okay, next.
Goes Jim stirring up the onions.
Zoning.
Zoning.
Yeah.
Jim, did this one change?
Give me 1 second, I'm making a note.
Okay.
All right, so we are on land use.
No.
Yeah,
Zoning board.
Zoning.
Zoning
Oh.
board.
Well, sorry. Yes, this
Almost.
actually is going up by Collins as well. It's the same incumbent as is in the planning board.
Yeah.
Support staff position. So it's going from 4,500 to 5,231.
Right, but my
Union.
question was, has this changed to a union?
Yes, this is the same person and it is a union position. So I've actually gone through on my version and I'm emailing to you guys and cleaned up all the U and U's.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I need a motion.
Okay, I'll make a motion to pass the zoning board budget.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Andrea
Aye.
Wood, aye.
Carolyn, yes.
Sam Grant, aye.
Don Hayes, aye.
Lynn Pinkerton, yes. All right, on to the next one, which is our land use.
Carol, Lynn, I'd like to ask Jim a question.
Go ahead.
With that person filling both the planning board and the zoning board position,
Yeah,
is that done through her being whatever it's called, municipal employee? You know,
special municipal exempt employee.
yeah, or is it just written into her job description that she covers both?
It's written in as both.
Okay, thank you.
Good question. Yeah, good question.
Yeah, and we pay them out of the zoning board.
Yes, some of her salary gets keyed to the zoning, some gets keyed, the majority gets keyed to the planning budget.
Okay, very good. Now we're on to land use.
Right here.
And in land use, Madam Chair, in the version you'll see later tonight, if not tomorrow, is going to show the land use coordinator position being dropped down to 30 hours from 35. So the figure will be $50,279. And then you will see a new position in the next line, grant administrator, which will be 15 hours, and it is 25,139.
That's for 15 hours?
Yep.
So is that the same person? No, yes.
No, it could, right now, there's nobody in land use coordinator because we didn't fund it this year,
Right.
and nobody in this new grant. So it could be that, somebody else that's doing 15 hours in
Right.
another capacity could pick this 15 as well, seek special municipal employee status to be able to do both, or it could be separate people.
I have a question. What does land use cover? Because in the past, when we had a land use administrator, it covered zoning and planning.
Yep, the actual job description for the land use coordinator, land use administrator position is providing the professional technical support to those boards and to the Conservation Commission, whereas the other two positions are providing clerical administrative support. So it's a different degree of expectation of what they can actually provide. So one's administrative, one's professional technical.
And what do they do?
I'm sorry?
What does the technical land use person do?
Well, I could probably better answer it by forwarding you the job description. So I'll make a note right here on my to-dos once we're done the meeting to forward you the land use job description to each of you, so you can see it instead of me trying to paraphrase it.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
It seems to me, though, that largely the last few years we've done all right without the land use. It may have complicated things here and there, but it's been all right. I think the position should remain open. I don't think it should be filled, and not in a year as tight as this.
I'd have to read the description, but I would have a tendency to lean there.
So
I'd like to make a motion to put land use on hold for further information.
I'll second that.
well, let's see. Andrea,
Yes.
and who was the other one?
Sam Grant.
Sam.
Sam. All right, and that one goes on hold. Okay.
But it was a motion. Yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was going to say, yeah, I thought you were just putting it on hold, but because there was a motion on the floor, we have to vote it.
Right.
Yeah.
On
Was
hold.
there a motion on the floor?
So,
Yeah, put it on hold.
Put it on hold, okay.
Do we still have to? All in favor?
Sam Grant, aye.
Geraldine, aye.
Andrea, aye.
Don Hayes, aye.
Lynn Pinkerton, yes. Okay. So we go on to the next one. Jim will send us description. What's that? Facilities we're gonna do later. Keep going.
Okay. Yeah.
We already did the fees.
Fire EMS.
We already did that.
Communication Center.
Did that
For
too,
the
didn't you?
Okay, communication center.
I thought we did that, no?
Thought you did with the chief.
Well, that's
Yep.
what I thought.
I just emailed you the land use coordinator, Lynn.
Thank you very much. So, whoa, go back. We already
Okay.
did.
Well, I don't know where you
Okay.
are.
the
Com
commun-
Center.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the comms. We already did that.
Yeah, didn't we?
With the, wouldn't that mixed in with the both chiefs?
Yeah, Jay Sartell, police chief, presented on that budget at your meeting 2 ago.
Okay.
So we're up to the building inspector.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it went down salary wise. Is it because it's a new person or? No, it went up,
Correct.
right?
No, it went down. If you
went
look
down,
all the
right.
way to the FY19,
Okay,
the salary was 76,882. It's down to 68. And that's because there's a new person that came in at the lower end of the scale.
right. And therefore the stipend went down too then, right? Okay.
Now, because we have an alternate, they would be in the union also?
No,
No?
the alternate is not an employee of ours. They actually stand, like if there's a conflict with the building inspector, you know, his cousin owns a home here and has a deck to be inspected, we call him the alternate. And Eric acts as an alternate in their community as well.
Okay. Right. What's this? Oh, the code book. Any questions? Mhm.
No questions. No.
Okay, if nobody has any questions, I need a motion.
I'm still reading, but that's okay. Go ahead with your motion.
Did you make a motion, Sam?
No, I'm still reading it. I'm waiting. I'll go with the motion. I'll be done reading by the time we get there.
Oh, we can give you a minute before we make the motion, kind of.
That's okay.
Okay, then
At
this
least
is
they're
on.
sliding down. Good, okay.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we accept the building inspector budget as submitted.
Second,
Sam Grant, yes.
All in favor? Okay, Lynn Pinkerton, yes.
Carolyn Bezikas, yes.
Andrea Wood, yes.
John Hayes, aye.
All right. On to the next one.
Little,
Oh, that's the gas inspector.
There they are.
Well, that hasn't gone up too much.
Barely. I wouldn't even call that a raise. Couldn't get a hamburger for that.
I'll make a motion, we pass the gas inspection budget.
Yeah. Is he on the union now?
No,
Tim?
those are stipended positions that are non-unions. So each of the inspectors, the gas, plumbing, sealer weights and measures, and electrical, they're all just stipend positions.
Okay. All right, any questions?
no, I'm just gonna unhide the, just to see where we were. In the budget for this year for them. Sorry, had to scroll back down. So, okay. So, I was just curious as to if inspections this year were on par with where we were. So it doesn't look like the workload has lessened this year.
Hmm.
Okay, sorry then.
All right. If there's no questions, we need a motion.
I'll make a motion, we pass the gas inspector's budget.
Second it.
All in favor? Lynn Pinkerton, yes.
Carolyn Bezikas, yes.
Andrea Wood, yes.
Sam Grant, yes, unless I'm doing it again. Still yes.
Don Hayes, aye.
Next. The plumbing.
Pretty level budgeted. Plumbing?
Yep.
Can I make a motion? We pass it?
Second,
Okay, if there's no questions, I need a motion.
Been done.
Did your internet go out for a minute?
I made the motion.
I made a motion and we pass the. We're on plumbing, right?
Yep, we're on plumbing.
Right.
Yes, okay, that's level across the board. Just pass it.
Second,
Andrea Wood, yes.
Carolyn,
No,
yes.
I'm sorry.
Sam Grant, yes.
Don Hayes, aye.
Lynn Pinkerton, aye. Okay, now sealers and weights.
Seals and weights.
It's
Or-
very, hasn't changed much.
No, I moved that we pass that budget.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Sam Grant, aye.
Carolyn,
Andrea
yes.
Wood, aye.
Dawn.
Don Hayes, aye.
Okay, Lynn Pinkerton, aye. The next one is the electrical inspector.
Plumbing, electrical. 15.1 to 17.6. That's a $1,500 raise, but we raised it last year.
Yeah,
21.
How come all those were raised?
Why did we go up $1,500?
Which one are you guys in?
Okay, so that was over.
Electrical inspector.
Down on
Okay,
in
200 there.
professional and technical, and the other line was other supplies and communication.
Well, the salary stipend looks like it went up just a couple $100, right?
Right, yep, 200
That
there.
was back in 2020.
And the same for 21 and 22. And then the question is then professional and technical, 650 to 1150. So the $500 increase, is that the question?
Yeah. Okay. Satisfied.
Would that be just true that he has to take different courses just to keep up with code and all that stuff? I mean, is that all
Yeah.
we're talking about?
I'm actually trying to pull up Eric's budget submittal now so I can give you the specific. If you guys want to cruise along, I'll pull that up.
Okay. Animal inspector.
Okay. Yep.
Yep.
Animal inspector.
Oh, nothing's
The
new
whole
there.
$11 in 4 years, 3 years.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should pass our budget. I'll make a motion to pass the animal inspector
I'll
budget.
second it.
All in favor?
Carolyn, yes.
Lynn Pinkerton, yeah.
Andrea Wood, yes.
Sam
Hayes,
Grant,
aye.
yes.
Yep. Oh, sorry. Don Hayes, aye.
Right. TEMA, emergency management.
You gotta be, where'd they go?
Communications, yeah.
Somebody's gotta explain that one to me.
Which one?
FEMA and this emergency management stuff.
Yep, the director's stipend of $2,000. That looks like it was blessed with a 2% increase for a couple of years running to get it at 2,133. That is the stipend that Shirley Hoyt annually as the emergency management director. And then the other relatively self-explanatory $691 for repair maintenance of equipment. They have a printer, they have equipment that they use in emergency management, a couple $100 to repair or replace. Office supply monies. Communication is the cell phone that they rely on, and then travel and training allows her to attend any of that are FEMA or emergency management.
Okay, you're kind of breaking up, Jim.
Like Steve Austin.
Okay.
Well,
not gonna break the bank.
I'll make a motion that for the emergency maintenance, management, I'm sorry, budget be passed. He does a good job.
She does a lovely job.
Second,
Don Hayes, second.
all in favor?
Sam Grant, aye.
Carolyn, yes.
Andrea, aye.
Don Hayes, aye.
Lynn Pinkerton, aye. Now, before we go on, Jim, did you get the info on the electrical inspector?
Not yet. I'm actually looking through his narrative right now on my phone.
Okay. Cause,
Oh, you want by the animal inspector? Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right there. It is 6:24 and he said, Hartley said we had to have a hard stop tonight.
Mhm.
Yeah, capital planning meeting that needs this Zoom channel at 6:30.
Oh, at 6:30. I thought it was 7.
No, 7 o'clock is the
Wow.
historic commission.
Okay, so then we're done for the night. Except for,
Well, do you want to do the animal control? I mean, that hasn't changed at all.
I move we pass the animal control as submitted.
Second,
Sam, Jerry. Okay, all in favor?
aye.
Sam Grant, aye.
Carolyn, aye.
Andrea, aye.
Don Hayes, aye.
And Pinkerton, aye. So, Jim, maybe on Saturday, you can tell us about the electrical inspector.
Yes, I'll find out what that $600 is.
And so we're gonna put that on hold.
Right.
And so that's it for tonight. Next week, we wanna, get in there and finish the rest of them. And then we still have the library, COA, and facilities to come in. So, that's where we're at.
Are you inviting them, one of them in next week?
Well, I figured we'd finish up all the others.
All right,
And we're gonna do the articles too.
okay.
And then the week after, we will have them come in.
Okay.
All right, so I have a motion.
Make a
I
motion.
move to,
Did anybody make a motion?
Sam did.
I move, yeah.
Yep.
Jerry Lynn made it.
Oh, okay, Jerry.
Yeah.
And who
I'll
seconded?
second it. Andrea.
And we,
At 6:27.
Jerry, are you going to be able to sign into Capital?
I hope so.
Okay. I'll
Coming
text you the link.
Okay,
Thank
oh,
you.
okay. All right,
I'll text it to you so you can just click through.
all right, thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, folks. See you Saturday.
All
Thanks.
right. Is everybody coming Saturday?
Probably not. But I attended the last Saturday one, and I waited around for never to be invited to join to about 20 after. Now that was from the invitation that was received much more earlier than Friday. I never got the Friday message until actually the Saturday.
It was a Saturday.
Sam,
Yeah,
the last meeting, the only two people who were able to get in and attend, or 3 people, were Jim, Veronica Cal, and Steve Sheldon. None of us could get in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, send the link for the 10 o'clock meeting, and I'll see where we stand here.
okay.
It's drying up outside, and it's time to start taking care of the outside world.
All right, we gotta
We
go.
did, Jalen, we didn't take a vote.
Yeah, we did. I thought.
Not I.
Aye.
Andrea. To adjourn at 7:20, 6:27.
Correct.
Okay.
Don Hayes, aye.
Andrea, aye.
Then Pinkerton, aye.
Have a good night.